Well, hello and welcome everybody to the Fast 5, a new initiative from SMSF, insight into some of the best financial advisors in the community, along with the opportunity to ask questions about current issues. Today, we're being joined by Liam Shorte, who is the self-managed super specialist from Verante Financial Planning. Before we start, there's a series of slides being shown on screen right now. One of them was a disclaimer slide, so I hope you all saw that. There it is right now. It's basically the Bart Simpson excuse. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Nobody saw me do it. But this is just a general sort of session. So there's a disclaimer. It's not personal advice. And away we go. So welcome, Liam, and thank you very much for joining us today.
Great to join you and looking forward to taking some questions.
So just quickly, the way it works is just a bit of a background on how you got into the sector. So firstly, how did you get involved in the SMSF sector?
Okay, well, as you might guess, I'm Irish. So I married an Aussie nurse while working in the Middle East, came back to Australia for 6 months in 2001 and decided not to leave. So I started from scratch in a financial planning and accounting office, doing the power planning, and I saw the benefits for small business people and for people who had complex estate planning issues with using an SMSF. So I really, once I got my license, I specialized in that area, and it's gone from there.
Okay, so in your experience, what's the most valuable piece of advice you think you've provided?
For SMSF trustees, it's to make sure your advisors are working as a team. So to have your accountant liaising with your financial planner and also bringing in the estate planner, the solicitor, because they've all got their own ideas and their biases from their background. So if you can't get them working as a team, you may have conflicting advice and end up not achieving what you want to achieve. So having your advice team work together for your benefit it can make huge differences to the outcomes.
And right now, what is the biggest issue that trustees are currently struggling with?
I think there's a couple of things happening at the moment. There's a lot of changes in terms of, after the 1st of July, people over 65 will be able to, or 67 will be able to do more contributions and re-contributions. It's understanding the complexity of how to do the paperwork and doing those also with the T-bar requirements. So, a lot of trustees don't understand what the reporting requirements to the ATO. So they may go and do things themselves, but not tell their accountant until the end of the year and find that they've breached the rules. So it's very much a case of they've got to now get into the routine of being in touch with their accountant or administrator every 3 months if they're making any changes. So that old idea of just talking to them at the end of the year and getting it all done with a shoebox of reports, it's got to change. And probably one of the bear bugs then is for financial planners and accountants, we need to be able to have one source of truth for information. So at the moment, accountants are using BGL or Supermate or Class. Financial planners are using Xplan or Coin, and they're still struggling to data feed between them. So trustees are not getting the same answer from the different advisors. So we need that source of truth. And for financial planners, we can't even access the client's details on their total super balances or transfer balance caps on the ATO portal. So we're flying blind in a lot of cases, or asking trustees to try and find information for us.
Yeah, that's obviously a situation that continues, and it's less than ideal for both trustees and practitioners alike. Liam, if you could change one thing or something about the SMSF sector, what would it be?
Look, for me, it would be a pro forma trustee company constitution, binding death nominations, so the paperwork for running a fund. Because I'm picking up funds at the moment that haven't been updated for 12 or 14 years. But in the meantime, they've started account-based pensions and transition to retirement pensions, which are not even allowed in their older deeds. You've got different sellers out there trying to promote different parts of deeds and different strategies that their deed is special for. I would like to see one standardized deed approved by the ATO that we can say to clients, like, this will cover off on any strategy you're looking at to do. If you want to go beyond that to do, an SMSF will or include extra stuff, that's at your risk. But at least give them the certainty that the basic deed they have is going to suit most of the strategies that 99% of people are going to use.
And if you had a crystal ball, could you please provide us with a bold prediction for the coming year?
We've already seen that, for the last 5 years, the cash and fixed interest side of the portfolio, which a lot of self-managed super fund trustees just use high interest accounts and term deposits, it's paid nothing for close to 5 years. In the last 2 weeks, we've seen the highest term deposit rate rise from 1.2% to 3.1% from Judo Bank in just 1 week. So now we can finally start earning some money on the defensive side of the portfolio. Yes. So my prediction is, stop being loyal to your current bank. If you're just sticking with the one bank, you need to start shopping around, because, as I said, at the moment, I'm seeing a 1 year term deposit from ANZ at 1.4%, Judo at 3.1%. If you've got a couple of 100,000, that's a lot of difference. And also, we're going to find out as inflation rises, the equity side of the portfolio is going to struggle. Companies are going to have higher costs, higher wages, their fuel costs, everything is rising. So you've got to have every part of your portfolio delivering for you. So if you can be getting the cash and fixed interest side to be delivering 2.5 to 3.5, that takes a lot of pressure off the shares and property.
So I just wanted to thank you very much for joining us and giving us some insights into not only your background, but some of the advice issues that are currently popping up in your world. So thank you very much for being on the Fast Five today.
Thank you.
And as I just alluded to, that concludes our second SMS Trustee News Fast Five session. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the session and, more importantly, found it a little bit useful for your own set of circumstances. Our next Fast Five session will be held on Friday, the 10th of June, as you can see on screen now. Just remember, for practitioners who want to be a part of the Fast Five, just email us at events@bmarkmedia.com.au, as you can see on the screen right now, or you can reach us on the SMS Trustee News Facebook page via the Messenger facility. Well, that concludes today's session. Thank you very much for joining us. I really enjoyed the chat with Liam today. Thank you again for his time. And we hope you'll join us for the next Fast Five session in a few weeks' time. Other than that, have a great day and enjoy your weekend.